Hey everybody, it's comedian Michael Halcomb here with the Pro Laughs podcast, and I'm with comedian Brandon Latack tonight. We're going to discuss what we've been doing recently, comedy-wise, our performances. We are going to talk about tagging jokes, dark humor. We are going to look at some stories that are in the news, from suitcase sales to all sorts of things. It's going to be great, so stick around. You're going to enjoy it.
It's the Pro Life Podcast.
It's pro-life, a movement and a podcast. It's pro-life.
Hey Brandon, what's up, man? How's it going?
Michael, good. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Hanging in there. Yeah, doing all right.
Yeah, well, you had a big show last week. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was a good show. I enjoyed it in South Carolina. I was supposed to have two, and one of them got rescheduled to February. I was actually a little bit relieved, to be honest with you, because there were two very different shows and two very different sets. So I was kind of relieved, but the show went well. I had about 125 to 150 people probably. And yeah, I feel like I held the crowd for about the first 20 minutes. And then I feel like I kind of started losing them for a few minutes toward the end. Yeah. So
Was it a change in different types of jokes or change in energy, or what do you feel made you lose the room at that point?
yeah, I don't know if I lost the whole room, but I definitely I felt like something starting to slip. You know, I lost some
Okay,
people
yeah.
probably, and yeah, I think it was. I started getting into a little bit of edgier / darker humor, and not vulgar or anything like that. And I feel like that didn't hit. Those jokes kind of usually hit, but for this crowd, not necessarily. So I felt overall good about it. I had some good feedback at the end, and I got some nice tips, which are like financial tips. So that was pretty cool. Ate some good food, and all in all, it was a pretty good experience. So I'm glad I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Would you say, I know while you were driving in the car, you ran through a lot of your openers
Right.
for me, and how'd those do?
They did all right. Looking back, I did 5. Right, they were self-deprecating jokes based around what college students have said to me about me, right, and kind of roasting me. I feel like 5 was too much. I feel like if I had done 2 or 3, that would have been better. Not all 5 hit equally, So
Okay.
I feel like 2 or 3 out of the 5 did pretty well. So I have another show coming up this week in another 30-minute set. I might do a little bit more than 30, but I'm going to, near the beginning, I have some more of those. And I think I'm just going to do 2 this time. See what happens.
Okay, are you going to take the 2 best ones that hit well?
Yeah,
On that one?
exactly.
Okay. Nice.
So, but it went well, man. And like I said, I'm glad I did it, because doing 30 minutes, I get to do that again this weekend, which is cool. And I just booked a show last night in Georgia where I'll get to do 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm going to headline a show. So I'm pretty
That is
stoked
awesome.
about that. It's a decent paying show at this point. So I'm pretty excited to do these longer shows.
Yeah, heck
Yeah.
yeah, dude. That is awesome.
Yeah. So it's nice to be moving in that direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
So I
about
guess-
you, man? Oh, go ahead.
What size cities are you getting booked in? Is it the bigger cities, or is it the mid-sized cities, smaller?
Man, it varies. This coming weekend is a small town, but this is for a church event, so there'll probably be several hundred people there. I mean, I would think maybe 200 to 300, just guessing initially, maybe more. I don't know, dude. But like I said, the other show was like a medium-sized town, had 125 to 50, I think. The one I just booked last night for October is going to be right on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the size of what that room is going to be, but like I said, that's a 35 to 40 or 30 to 45 minute set is what they asked for. So yeah, so it's just varying, and it's fun. It's really fun to be doing these longer shows. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
man.
awesome, dude.
Yeah. What about you, man? How'd the mics go last week?
Good. I had a couple open mics. They went fine. Well, one of them went well. The other one, it was the day of the school situation.
Yeah, the shooting in Minnesota, school shooting at
Yeah,
the Catholic
yeah,
elementary school. Yeah.
yeah. So, and it was that day. So I really don't like to blame the crowd at all, but the no, even actually the comics weren't really, no one was really into
Yeah.
it that day. You
That's
know,
hard, man.
it's
Yeah.
kind of heavy.
I remember reading one time, I think it was Jay Leno. I'm not 100% sure, but Leno was talking about how maybe it was Conan actually, Conan or Leno, but on the day of like a national tragedy or something like that, that they will not do comedy for 24 hours. And I think there are a number of reasons for that. One, they didn't want to say anything that could be misconstrued. They also didn't want to come across as in this really serious situation, not taking it serious.
Mhm.
Um,
Or like
and so I think,
empathetic, probably.
yeah, I think what they did on like days like that was just do reruns, you know. So
Oh,
that,
so they
yeah,
wouldn't even do their show?
yeah, I think so. I think that's how we're. I could be wrong, but I
Okay.
remember hearing or watching or reading that somewhere. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because
yeah,
something like that, like there's some things, like let's say someone famous, but they're really old, so you kind of expect it. They die, and sometimes you can kind of make jokes about it, and it's fine or whatever. But something like a school shooting, I mean, there's just no way to turn that into a joke unless because it's kind of
right.
that would be sick, kind of. But
Yeah, yeah, I mean it's so frequent, you know, these days. Like it's you know, like I don't know. It's just so frequent like if you like let every single one of those stop you, like the country would shut down daily, right? Cuz like
yeah,
they're happening so frequently. So I agree. It gets back to that hard question of like how soon is too soon kind of thing as well. Like and that line is different for every single person.
yeah,
You know, I think some people in that situation, like, they're gonna, like, laughter will be healing for them. Not laughing at the situation, but, you know, laughter on that day or in the wake of those events. Like, it's like a whole thing. Like, if you don't laugh, you go crazy, you
yeah.
know? And
Or you're kind of going there to get away from reality on some level,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. 100%. It gives you
Yeah.
a sort of escape. And it's tough, though, man. I mean, it's really tough. I just watched a documentary about this whole question of how soon is too soon. And man, it was really good. I mean, it followed this lady who was in the Holocaust. She lived in like the camps and stuff like that. And I think I might have talked about it on here before, but it was a good movie. And I'm trying to scroll through my phone right now and find the title of it. But
So what's it mean by when is too soon? I guess for her to laugh about the Holocaust or
yeah, to laugh at in the wake of anything, how soon is too soon to laugh or make a joke
sure.
about it?
Yeah.
You know, and that's different. It's different for every single person.
Mm.
I don't think it's the same for you know everybody, and that's tough, dude.
Yeah.
It's tough, you know, and it's the like we've seen people essentially like get canceled over this kind of stuff, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, I can't
I've
find the name of it.
I've seen like I feel like whenever I'm going through a tough situation, I'm pretty quick to make jokes at my expense, and for some reason that gets me through it. You know,
Yeah,
just
right.
laughing at myself, kind of.
Right. Yep. I'm wired that way too. Like I want to laugh as soon as possible, you know. And not everybody is like that, you know. So
Right.
you got to know your audience. That's the other part, dude. You got to read the room, like who's there with you to laugh at that kind of stuff, and who's just not going to be able to roll with that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, so with that open mic, it was a tough open mic for everyone, but I'm actually happy I did it because it's just like another building block of something
right.
you learn, you know? So I'm actually like grateful for it.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that. Totally get that. All those experiences are, you know, worth it, dude. Yeah. The movie I'm talking about is called The Last Laugh. It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it on there. couple,
Okay.
$2-3. Yeah, if you want to, anybody out there wants to watch it.
Michael Jordan on that?
No, so the the Last Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the description of it. The Last Laugh offers fresh insights into the Holocaust and what else 9/11, AIDS, racism is or isn't off limits in a society that prizes freedom of speech. Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, man.
Cool.
Well, glad to hear you learn. You had that good learning experience.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, it was good. Okay, so here's one thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about. Tagging jokes. So
Oh,
I don't know about you, but when I'm writing, I'll be like, all right, here's my setup and punch, here's my joke, and then let's tag it. So I'll work on tags, and I never know, like, do I need more tags? Do I need less tags? Or like, am I sitting here just beating the heck out of a dead horse for 2
right,
minutes? You know,
right.
have you ever ran into that?
Yeah, I think so. When to stop a joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that totally can relate to this. Like I've been working on this Amish joke and I had like 40 jokes in this Amish bit and really I think only 3 or 4 of them are good. 4 of the jokes and the main joke and then a couple tags. So yeah, I get that all the time, dude. I don't know if there's a set rule of when to stop, but I think it's harder when you're working with one-liners. So if you're writing short stories and then punching them up,
Mm-hmm.
you're tagging things, but not in the way that you might with when you just have a one-liner. When you're doing these short story bits, it kind of I don't know, has a way of putting up some yield signs, right? Like, here's a sentence, I can tag it a few times, but then I have the next sentence to contend with. And then I got
So
to
you're
work
still
with,
moving the story along, kind of.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas one-liners, it could go on and on and on and on. There isn't necessarily like an end in sight.
There is no conclusion. It can be as
Right.
long as you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I think like trying to punch up bits, but dude, that's hard. It is
Mhm.
hard it's a real challenge to do that in a way that is consistently funny.
Yep. I think you're right too. Like being able to, I guess, being able to decide, or like, really, it's more like you try it out, you see what tags are funny, and then you just keep the ones that are funny. Really, is that's?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as
That's
that
right. I
almost.
mean, you're 100% right. There's the trial phase where you got to go on stage or get it in front of some people, in a workshop or wherever and try to work it out. And a lot of times, like in workshops and stuff, like writing groups, people will give you great tags. And that's one of the real benefits of that. Somebody gave me a tag a couple weeks ago that I used at my most recent show, and it killed. Did great. So I'm gonna keep that tag.
Yeah.
But
Are you thankful when that happens, or like while you're using, or does it feel like cheating ever? You're like,
no, it doesn't feel like cheating to me. I
No.
mean, if someone's gonna gift me that, I'm gonna take it because coming up with jokes, writing jokes can be very challenging sometimes, man.
Mhm.
So somebody offers you that as a gift, take it.
A lot of times it's from a different perspective you would have never thought of too.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely agree with that.
And then, so another one here, like the difference between dark humor and shock humor. And I think there's sometimes a gray area there, especially with what people, consider dark, and then what people are like, I think you're just trying to get a reaction. But a lot of
Right.
times, like, that's what comics are trying to do, is get a reaction. But
Yeah.
almost the mechanics of it, like, I feel like dark humor it's earned, at least. So it's well written, and it's a good solid joke, as opposed to maybe shock humor.
Yeah.
Not very well written. You say something crazy and the audience is actually reacting to what you said, not the surprise of the joke, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that too. I realized tonight I'm saying 100% a lot, so I need to stop doing that. No, I agree with you on that. I am not a fan of shock humor really at all. I just don't find it. I don't find it intellectually stimulating. I don't find it creative. I find it a cheap way out, a cheap way in sometimes. I am not a fan at all of shock humor. There's no reliance on joke structure, and the goal usually of shock humor being, it's vulgar and whatnot, is to provoke, to get some sort of reaction from people, and like an offensive reaction, what I mean. Like, whereas I think dark humor, it's the goal isn't to provoke, right? You're taking some serious or traumatic or painful subject, and you're finding the funny in it, or finding a way to talk funny about it.
Yeah. Think of it differently from a different angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think so with here's a maybe, I think dark humor, right, is going to point out some truth that people typically will miss, right? Whereas shock humor isn't pointing out anything, it's just trying to offend and be vulgar.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've noticed people that do shock humor almost their whole set, the first joke will get a laugh, but then after that, the laughs kind of peter off, and then it just gets weird a little bit.
Yeah, and that first laugh is usually an uncomfortable laugh, like a charity laugh. It's like, I'm gonna laugh because that's what I'm supposed to do, and I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, an audience will only do that so long. Once you start offending, and people pick up on, this isn't a comedian, this is someone just saying trashy stuff. They know the difference between like a good comedian who knows the craft and someone who's just saying offensive stuff.
Right. It's not like, haha, that was crazy, but you tricked me. It's like, whoa, no one thinks that. And I can't believe you said that out loud,
Yeah, exactly. So dude, I'm not a fan of shock humor at all. I don't think it takes any talent whatsoever. I don't even know, I hate even calling it shock humor, because it's not humorous. Shock talk. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not really humor. So
what about, somebody like Daniel Taj, where he brings up a lot of, I guess, like 50-50 type things, and he does a really good job of skirting the line of, but all of his jokes still seem earned though, because they're well written, they're funny,
right,
even though they're on controversial topics.
Yeah. When you watch like Tosh.0, I could not stand when he did stuff where he'd take his clothes off, or he'd be acting like he's a straight guy, so where he'd play a gay character or something like that. Like, I couldn't stand those little sketches or skits where he would go for the shock humor. It's like, he's so good, he doesn't need to do that, like, in my opinion. But he's got a new show out. I just found it last night.
What is it?
It's called The Goat. And so the opening monologue of it is really funny. And then 15 minutes into it, I just quit watching it. So the premise of the show is they bring on like 20 reality TV stars to find out who is the greatest reality star of all time.
Okay. What's this, on Netflix or something?
I watched it on Prime. Yeah.
Prime.
I only watched like the first few minutes, but
You're a big Prime guy this week.
he's got some really good jokes at the start. Like, one of them's like, we searched the world for the top 20 reality TV contestants who would call us back. Like stuff like who would call our casting staff back or something like that. He's just got some good stuff like that. And then, so they go out to do their first challenge, and it's called Survivor. So they got to like stand on this tree stump. Well, they got to stand on this like tree stump with one leg. Like, the whole thing is just so absurd, right? It's so Survivor, while holding a plate with a ball on it. And so once the ball rolls off, you're out. Right? That's the challenge. When Tosh introduces it, he's in the backyard, and all he's got on is a loincloth. They have it like the bottom of the loincloth blurred out, as if
like it's hanging down.
So like, it's funny, but the reality TV stars on there were just so like, it was so cringy to me that I was like, I couldn't watch these reality TV stars they brought on. So I would like watch it for him, but I'm not gonna return and go past like, like I said, I got 15 minutes into the episode and stopped. But
Right.
yeah,
Because like just listening to those people get on TV and then say, look, this is really tough for me right now, or something crazy.
so I mean, it's just reality stars that I don't know and I don't care about. So, and they're kind of like cringy. I just don't want to watch them. Like, it's just like the bottom of the barrel kind of thing.
Got it.
So, yeah, I don't want to waste my time on that. But he's funny, in what he does. So,
I mean, you're literally watching reality TV,
yeah, exactly.
that show.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
but not A-list.
No, it's not A-list for sure. It's, and they're from all kinds of different shows like Survivor and some of the Real Housewives stuff or The Challenge or whatever. But yeah, dude, not interested. I like Tosh, but not interested in watching that show. He's like I think one of his opening things that he says to them when he's welcoming them, he's like, you're here to try to win $200,000. Like, I'm here getting paid $400,000 to renovate my Lake Tahoe house. It's already like
Probably
roasted.
half true.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, tangent there, but yeah.
Nice. So, let's see, you want to work on some jokes?
Yeah, we can. What do you
Cool.
got?
All right. If you're wondering how my life is going, earlier this week I crapped my pants at Target. I had 2 kids with me in the canned soup aisle. As soon as it happened, I ditched those kids faster than a not the father announcement on Maury. I'm in a bathroom stall trying to clean myself up, and I hear, Dad, where'd you go? I heard my other kid say, look, a trail. Let's follow it.
Dude,
This is my first stab at this thing.
This is a great story, man. Yes. If you're wondering how my life went earlier this week, I crapped my pants at Target. I think that's really funny. Yeah.
Do I take out earlier this week and I just say, if you're wondering how my life's going, I crapped my pants at Target?
I think you could just do yesterday. If you're wondering how my life is going, yesterday, crapped my pants at Target. I think the temporal thing I think it works there.
Okay.
I know it's a little extraneous, but that helps us realize like the immediacy of it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if you could do like, if you're wondering how my life is going, yesterday I crapped my pants at Target. And then if you could do like, well, I wonder if you could compare it to Walmart, and say something like, it isn't, at least at Target I could buy Levi's, whereas at Walmart I'd have to get Wranglers or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you're wondering how my life is going, yesterday I crapped my pants at Target. What if you're like, well, dude, I think this is funny. You might not. If you're wondering how my life is going, yesterday I crapped my pants at Target. Ha ha ha. The good news, it was a great commercial for their new jeans. I think that's kind of funny. It's a little bit of surprise.
I guess I'm dumb. I'm not getting it.
Like as if they had you crap your pants because you were shooting a jeans commercial.
I get it. Okay, yeah.
I think that's funny. Yesterday I crapped my pants at Target. And let me be the first to say, sorry, ladies, home goods section, something like that. So I'm just trying to think of other tags here.
Yeah.
Before we
So
go
I crapped
on.
my pants at Target.
My therapist says I'm making progress because it used to be at Whole Foods or Walmart or something like that.
Oh, yeah, like it's not the first time. Like I'm
Yeah.
a serial crapper.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. A really short tag right here. You're wondering how my life's going? Yesterday, I crapped my pants at Target. And today, I just told all of you. I think that's funny, dude. I think you'll get a laugh on that.
Or could I even say like, what are those a thing. Oh, the fitting or like, or just like clean up on aisle 5.
Yeah, you need to do that. So, yeah, if you're
Bring
wondering
a
how my life,
bring a
yeah.
gosh dang hazmat suit.
So I don't think you need to say if you're wondering. So just say it because they're not wondering that, right? Nobody's wondering how your life is going, right?
Mm.
So just say, here's how my life's going. Yesterday, crapped my pants at a Target. Today, told everyone. The good news, I was in the diaper aisle.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was in the diaper out. Yeah.
And yeah, do the speaker thing. Clean up on aisle 5.
Wait a minute, fine. Bring 3
That's
mops.
funny. So let me see. Let's see. So if you're wondering how my life is going, so here's how my life is going. I'm just gonna edit. Here's how my life is going. Earlier this week, or
Yeah,
just
I like
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I crap my pants at Target. Yeah,
I wish
like
this
that.
wasn't a true story. You know what I mean? I wish they're like, it sucks because I'll go to these workshops and I'll tell a story. And almost every time someone will go, well, like, is this a true story though? And then I have to go, yeah, it is, unfortunately.
And today I told everyone. Good news, I was in the diaper aisle. Bad news, the guy on the loudspeaker said, announced, cleanup on aisle 5. Okay, so you say you were in the canned soup aisle.
Yeah, so let's just take canned soup aisle. I like
yeah.
that. And who cares if I have kids with me? It doesn't matter how many kids I have with me. Kids
Yeah.
implies more than one. So today I told everyone you could almost do a tag right after that and be like, sorry, man, sorry, next therapy session is next week or something. Like I wasn't able to get into my therapist and like this, so it's you guys basically, you know.
Except my therapist. Except the therapist. Except my therapist. I'll tell her next week or never.
Whatever.
I don't know. Just
She judges.
Yeah, so I don't know about the Maury thing. I ditched those kids faster than a not the father announcement of Maury.
Do you know Maury Povich?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I grew up watching that.
Yeah. Isn't that like back then it was like kind of funny, but if you think about it now, isn't it kind of sad that they're celebrating that a kid like that kid is screwed almost?
It's crazy. I think Maury's a little outdated, in my opinion. I mean, use it if you want, but
I don't even know what would be the equivalent.
College students today wouldn't have any clue who Maury is.
They wouldn't?
I don't think so. They weren't even alive during 9/11. They were born a decade after 9/11, today's college kids.
I never see Maury on TikTok either or anything.
Yeah, so exactly.
Yeah. Good call. That was one of those I thought it was funny, but
yeah,
I don't think everyone else will.
I just think it's a little dated. I think it's funny. I just think it's a little dated. Yeah, I'm in a bathroom stall trying to clean myself up, and I hear, Dad, where'd you go?
One thing I've always thought about bathroom stalls at stores like Target, they have like really good toilet paper that they sell, but for some reason, like they have one ply toilet paper.
Yep, 100%, dude. 100%. You're not wrong about that. I used to work at a grocery store in college or in high school, and I had part of my job was to clean up the bathroom in this grocery store. Dude, humans are terrible. Like they're just so gross. I mean, people would defecate and smear it on the walls and like I went in one time, the whole place was smeared. The whole bathroom was smeared in feces. It was nasty, bro. I had to clean that.
Was that a crazy person or was that a jerk?
Don't know who did it. Who did it. Yeah. But yeah, dude. But you're right about the toilet paper, 100%. So those are some of my. Why don't you run through the joke again? I've edited it, but of course, that's your joke, so you do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Here's how my life's going. Yesterday, I crapped my pants at Target, and today, I told everyone except my therapist. I'll tell her next week or never. Good news. I was in the diaper aisle. Bad news. Guy in the loudspeaker announced, clean up on aisle 5. Bring 3 mops. So I'm in the bathroom stall trying to clean myself up, and I hear, Dad, where'd you go? Heard my other kids say, look, a trail. Let's follow it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Cool.
It's funny.
Cool, thanks. Let's take a look at your joke.
All right. So I don't know if this is funny at all. So it's been interesting living in North Carolina surrounded by bears. My neighbor got footage of a bear coming up to his door and stealing his Amazon package. And I thought, wow, even wildlife can't resist free shipping. It's also why next week I'm ordering a bear trap off Amazon. We'll see if he opens that box.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's funny, dude, but like at all funny. It maybe is a little cute, but I don't feel like it's funny.
You almost have to be like, instead of, I feel like you have to have a bigger emotion than that's interesting. Like, I hate these bears, or like these bears are menaces, or, you know, comparing them to
Yeah.
something, like, then it heightens the joke, you know?
Yes. So if I said it's been terrifying living in North Carolina, it's been terrifying living in North Carolina, and then something surrounded by bears, like another emotion.
Or almost, or could you say something like, I didn't know there were so many terrorists in North Carolina? Because that'll perk everyone up. Like, huh? And you're like, these bears are horrible, or something. Yeah,
I
these
didn't know
bears
there
are.
were so many terrorists living in North Carolina.
Everyone's
My
gonna be like, oh my
neighbor,
gosh.
my neighbor got footage of one coming up to his door and stealing his Amazon package. That's interesting, connecting it to the terrorist idea. I didn't know there were so many terrorist cells. That's interesting. Terrorist cells
Mm.
in North Carolina. My neighbor
Then
got
for
footage of a
sure,
terrorist.
it's a big misdirection, because once you say cells too, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, for sure they're talking about terrorists. He's talking about terror.
My neighbor got footage of a terrorist coming up to his door and stealing his Amazon package. And I thought, wow, yeah, that completely changes the flow of the joke, or like the whole premise, like concept of the joke. So now, like, what are some links between bears and terrorists?
Yeah, you could also say, like, for that misdirection, instead of wow, even wildlife, you could say, wow, even bears can't resist free shipping if you wanted to. But so, okay, so yeah, if you want to extend that misdirection even more, what are similarities with terrorists and bears?
Yes, they both hide in caves.
Yes, yes.
I didn't know there were so many terrorist cells in North Carolina. Just found this. Yeah, I say my neighbor just showed me. My neighbor showed me footage. I didn't know there were so many terrorist cells in North Carolina hiding out in caves. They're hiding out in caves. They hide out in caves. What else? They hide out in caves.
Let's see. They will they'll break into cars. Like they will.
Yes, they hide in caves, break into cars, and steal. You almost got to do a triple there, don't you? They hide out in
Yeah.
caves, break into cars, and yet people still call them bears. So this is interesting. You go to all these small towns and they have like bear statues everywhere, right? Like we were in a town this weekend, and you know how some little towns will have like flying pigs, like all throughout the town, these little statues, like Cincinnati does, or Kentucky. You go to a park, there'll be like horse statues all throughout. And North Carolina, there's like bear statues everywhere, and like people carve like bears out of trees and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So
Bear
it's
totem poles.
interesting. Yeah, it's interesting how they celebrate bears. So I wonder if you could do something with that, like, you know, people celebrating, yet people still celebrate them.
They're almost like, what's that word called? Immortalized or something?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't know there were so many terrorist cells in North Carolina. They hide out in caves, break into cars, and yet people still call them bears.
What if you
So that
said
doesn't
they hide
hit.
in caves, break into cars? I'm getting tired of these bears.
I'm getting tired of these bears. That might work.
Instead of yet people call them bears, like I'm getting sick of these bears.
Yes, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of these bears. Break into cars. I'm getting tired of these bears. So here's the joke. I didn't know there were so many terrorist cells in North Carolina. Hide out in caves. Break into cars. I'm getting tired of these bears. Yeah. Doesn't still hit for me, but I think it's moved in the right direction.
And you could almost tell the Amazon. Let's see. You know,
My neighbor showed me a video of a bear stealing his Amazon package. I thought, wow, even wildlife can't resist free shipping. It's also why next week I'm ordering a bear trap off Amazon. See if he opens that box. Yeah.
I
don't know.
thought wow wildlife, that one I don't think is really that funny to me, but what if you took that
Yeah, I
part
agree.
out but then you put the revenge in it? So they're stealing his stuff and then you say next week I'm ordering a bear trap off Amazon. See if he opens that box.
Okay. My neighbor showed me a video of a bear stealing his Amazon package. Okay.
And then say next week.
Next week, I'm ordering a bear trap off Amazon. See if he opens that box. Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's tighter for sure. I don't know if it's funny, but it's definitely tighter.
Like you said, I think it's like going towards the right direction though.
Yeah, I think so.
I really like that they hide out in caves though. That's like
Yeah.
comparing it to terrorists.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Prime, same day delivery. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I think that's good. I mean, it's good to work on that. I'll leave it there for now.
Or what
And
what
see.
did the bear steal too? That could be funny.
Right. My neighbor showed me a video of a bear stealing his
Like stealing a G-string or whatever. Yeah.
Amazon package. My neighbor showed me a video of a bear stealing his Amazon package, extra large underwear strewn across his lawn or something like that. My neighbor showed me a video of a bear stealing his Amazon package.
That's why you don't buy edible undies on Amazon.
What about like adult diapers? Something there? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So the idea of yeah, that's interesting. I'll see if I can play with this. I don't know if it's a funny joke. I was gonna tell it this Sunday at my show, but going back through it, I'm like, that's not funny. So this is funnier. It's funnier, but it's still not funny to me.
Right.
So yeah, all right.
Cool.
Well, what else you got for us, man?
Yeah, let's go over some current events here.
All right. Always love these.
I mean, this one is wild. In Stuttgart, Germany, guy realized he wasn't able to have children, so he convinced his neighbor to have kids with, like, to try to impregnate his wife. After 72 failed attempts, this guy ends up getting sued. But there's like a I don't know if you read the whole thing. You sent this to me. There's a little turn here.
I didn't read it at all. No.
Okay. Yeah, it gets wild. The guy like ended up. Oh yeah. So the two children that guy actually has are fathered by his cousin.
What?
So he knew he was infertile too while this is going on.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuttgart, Germany sounds more like Stuttgart to me.
Stuttgart.
Wow.
So
Dude, 72 failed attempts, bro. That's oh my gosh. I can't imagine like if it were I can't even imagine entertaining that thought, right? In my own situation. 72 times, dude.
So what if adoption wasn't available and you couldn't have kids and you wanted to have a kid? Would that be an option?
Dude, I mean, no. This is just crazy. Like 72 a guy hiring a guy to be with your wife 72 times, dude. And 72 times the dude is unsuccessful. I mean, dude, what's his name? Deuce Bigelow, unambitious gigolo. Like this is
what's
this
crazy
is why
is that guy knew it. That like it wasn't gonna work
dude.
too.
That's crazy. This, my friends, is why you always keep your receipts. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I hire somebody to do something, I expect results. Yeah, this is. I just can't even it's hard to wrap my brain around this. It's just wild.
I mean, so okay, what if it was 3 times?
No,
as opposed to 72? Not one. Okay,
it's not happening, bro. There's stories of that in the Bible, and every time that happens, it goes terribly wrong. No,
what happens usually? Like,
dude, like infertility continues. Like one time in Genesis, right? Abraham. He tries to sell his wife a couple times, and it keeps prolonging the inability to have children. It's just, dude, the immorality here is crazy. Yeah.
So
Never.
okay,
I
so
would
he's trying
never
to
consider it. Never
so he's
consider
trying
it.
to sell his wife
Yeah. Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
slave?
No, as a, a worker. You know.
Partner or like a
Yeah. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yuck.
Yes, I know.
Huh.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think it'd be a hard pass for me too.
It's not worth it, bro.
Yeah.
I the I can't really cannot wrap my brain around it. Like it's so far off my moral compass that I just like can't do it. Yeah.
So like after try 53, is this guy just like,
Right.
all right, keep at it, man. We're gonna get this.
What is dude? Do they have like one of those stamp cards? Like, your 10th, your 11th one's free or something
11
like that,
Slurpee is free.
dude. Like, golly, what is that? Frequent flyer miles. My goodness, dude. Yeah, this is just wrong. It's wrong on every level.
The other
Yeah.
thing, they're showing a picture of like a decent looking couple. I have a
Hmm.
weird feeling the real picture here is gonna be a little rougher than this.
I wonder if that's an AI picture there, dude. Kind
It
of
looks
looks
like it. Yeah, it does
Yeah,
look like
yeah.
it. Yeah. But I got you down as a maybe on this one.
No, not at all. Never. That's a hard never.
Hard
Yeah.
never.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
That is funny.
Cannot believe that.
All right, we got some
Yeah.
more news here.
72 failed attempts, bro. Wow.
Okay, this one, there are colleges that are now welcoming pets in dorms to reduce students' stress and anxiety. So, as a professor, what do you think about this?
Dude, talk about lowering admission standards. My goodness. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, like, my initial question, dude, is like, how far does this go, right? Like, can you imagine a student from Montana trying to bring in their pet bison? I mean, like, how far does this go?
Pet croc or pet alligator, snake.
Exactly, dude. You're gonna have snakes. I mean, this is just crazy. Because once they allow a cat or a dog, like everyone else is gonna cry, what unfairness and oppression or whatever.
Yeah, they'll be
You're gonna
like,
have
this is
somebody.
this is my animal.
Yeah, this is my animal. Oh, you're racist because you didn't let me bring my animal. You're, whatever.
And they're like, Sarah, you're white. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude. It's on the one hand, like, dude, like, I think married couples who live on college campuses, this should probably be allowed. But single students, I don't think so. I mean, I also get it if they built a specific, like, designated dorm just for this, and you had to pay like some exorbitant amount.
It actually sounds like there are certain dorms that have these animals in them.
Okay.
But I tell
Yeah,
you
I
what,
mean,
it's gonna look like Jumanji in there.
that's right. Like some kids, gonna be reach in to pull a calculator in his backpack, and out comes a cat or something. Yeah, it's crazy. And kids are gonna start bringing them to campus, and they're gonna or into class, and they're gonna start wanting. It seems like opening Pandora's box for just so many disruptions.
Oh yeah. And like, oh, my cat's sick, my dog's sick, can't go to class. Dog
Exactly.
literally ate my homework. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I would probably be against this except in married student housing.
why married
Yeah.
student housing?
I think with a couple, you're more likely that they're going to be able to. You have two people trying to work with one animal, right? Take care of it and man it and stuff like that. But I don't think the average college student is ready to take care of an animal while they're at college. they're off rushing Phi Kappa Beta or whatever, and their dog's at home, needing water. I just like don't. These kids can barely like pass a quiz, dude. Like, I don't know, keeping an animal alive is just so. That's kind of my thinking, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, some of them smell so bad, it's like they can barely take care of themselves, and now
Yeah,
they got to
dude.
take care of an
Yeah.
animal. Well, okay, so the other side of the coin is like I am afraid of dogs that are not mine. So
Oh.
I'm pretty convinced I'm going to die one of two ways. One, I'm either going to get eaten by a dog or like killed by a dog, or I'm going to parallel park and I'm going to get crushed in between my door and my car when I'm getting out. So one of those two ways is how I'm going to die.
Man,
But
I thought you were gonna say crapping yourself in Target, but
oh, I've survived that, baby. I need a
that's
t-shirt
funny.
for that.
Yes, I went to Target and all I got was his crappy pants.
Yeah, all I got was crappy pants. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I don't know. So I'm not down with the whole college pets thing.
that would
No,
like hurt my mental state of being around a bunch of like dogs everywhere, you know? And what if you're the roommate?
that's great.
Now you're
Right.
putting a burden on the roommate.
That's right, dude. Yeah, it's a great point. Yeah, how does that work? What if you get roomed with somebody who's got a cat and you've got a dog and they hate each other?
My goodness.
Or if you've got a cat and your roommate's got a mouse.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
um,
Or a snake and a cat.
dude, you would end up with just like major rifts. That could spark wars. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Or like 90% of my undergraduate college career was pranks. Imagine pranking somebody's pet, dude. They're gonna go to war with you. Yeah.
Dude, if
You're
if I didn't like that dog, I would be putting grapes everywhere in that room.
grapes.
Yeah, they croak.
That's funny.
They eat them.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, so it's a no for me on this one in general.
All right. Not too agreeable.
No, yeah, a lot of no's tonight.
All right. So here's an interesting one. Okay, so did you
Okay.
know okay. Did you know that there's like you can purchase lost luggage like through an auction?
Yes, there's a TV show. It's like Storage Wars, but it's about this, where the people bid on luggage.
So it's like Luggage Wars type thing?
It goes to like an auction house and they bid on it. So I have heard of this. And I think so they call it suitcase gambling. I think actually what it's called is stealing.
Yeah. Hey, sorry
That's-
we lost your luggage. We're going to resell it now.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's just called stealing. So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the scenario here, right, is you check your luggage on a plane. Somehow your luggage gets lost, just mysteriously. You never claim it, and then it ends up in an auction somewhere, and people buy that luggage and get to dig through it, dude. That's like such a violation of privacy, and you could easily start like a black market for that, dude.
Oh yeah.
Every one out of 100 suitcases we're gonna throw in this pile, so we have something for auction.
Especially if it's like a Louis Vuitton suitcase, like every
Right.
nice suitcase. Let's move over.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, it's one way to get to know your neighbors, right? But it's wrong. It's like digging through your neighbor's garbage can, dude.
What are the odds you
Well-
get something good though? Because aren't you told that I don't know. I don't really put valuables in my
Right.
checked luggage.
Right. I don't either. I carry my devices and whatnot, my cameras, computer, all that stuff on me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just usually clothes. I mean, you might get some nice clothes, but what are the chances they're going to fit?
Or what about
I don't
jewelry
know.
maybe? But usually you would keep jewelry on you would think.
Right. Yeah. This seems like a sham to me, bro. Like that. They should not, the airport, if they lose your luggage, they should be 100% responsible for getting it to you,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Right.
They should not hold it at the airport or send it to an auction to sell. It's just
Yeah.
not right, dude.
All their energy should be on getting it back to the owner, not creating an auction website. And then
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I agree, dude. I'm not okay. Yeah, I'm not agreeable on this one either.
Do you
Yes.
Are you a heavy packer or are you a light packer? You travel.
I probably pack pretty heavy.
So you'll check luggage a lot of like a 3 or 4 day trip. Are you checking luggage?
If I have to check luggage, I'm packing heavy usually.
Got it. Okay.
If I don't have to check luggage, I'm a very light traveler.
Mm,
Yeah. So
Got
it just depends. Because I'll travel with a fan and my 2 pillows. So I
That's-
need to take those with me. So yeah, those are going wherever I go.
You're at 14 pounds right there.
Yeah, dude. So that's my own thinking on it. I haven't, by the way, looked to see if we've had any sort of comments or anything on the YouTube or anything like that lately. Have you seen anything?
Let me see.
I forgot to look actually. Sometimes people, are saying stuff on there, but I haven't looked in a while.
You know what's crazy? The biggest one was when we were talking about Disney homeschooling. That got the
Right.
biggest reaction.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
All right. Yeah. Whew, man. Well, this show Sunday should be pretty interesting for me. So, what's been interesting is the divergence, like the differences in the shows I've been doing lately. And so I've had to write like tons of new content for these different shows, and it's kind of wild to be writing so much content, creating so much content, and a lot of stuff that I might just burn.
Yeah.
So
Do you like that? Well, it's got to help your writing overall, though.
I mean, it does help with the writing, but it's a whole lot of work. And it means also that I don't get a lot of time to try jokes. Like, I will just have to go up there and try them for the first time, and that's always a risk,
Especially like a paid gig, not a open mic, too. You're like, all right,
That's right.
I am jumping without any parachute right now.
That's right. And most bookers will like tell you, do not try out new material at my show.
Yeah.
They don't want you doing that. They want the stuff that works.
Yeah. What you sent me in your tape, that's play the hits, please. That's what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody in the last podcast said Mad TV's skit with Stuart the Kid. Well, look what I can do. His mom had a strong accent.
What?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know what he's referring to there. Or were we talking about accents last podcast?
I don't know. Were
I
we?
feel like we weren't. No.
I have no idea what that means, bro.
I don't either. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Michael's movie phone joke. Oh, here we go. Maybe make it an absurd, ironic movie that you're at.
Yeah, the one where I'm in the theater. Okay.
So
what was that joke? The one where I'm in the theater. And...
Yeah, remember like people, what really ticks you off is like people on their phone in the...
Yeah, so I took my kids to the movie theater, show starts, so does the guy behind me with a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he also said, you're painting him a picture of him being cheap and needing a parole officer. What kind of movie would it be weird to see him at? Oh, yeah, like some type of cop movie would be funny, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, those are good suggestions, actually.
You can even say something to do with the movie, like using Finding Nemo as an example. No, I'm going to get back to looking for Nemo.
Okay.
I get it. I get it. Oh, that's what you'd say back to him. Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So like a completely odd, like he's like this gangbanger or something, or parole. He's on parole, and like this guy's at Finding Nemo. Yeah, that's funny.
Yes, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, the Little Rascals, the Barbie movie. Yeah,
Barbie movie be
something
good.
ironic like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
I like that. Good stuff. Good suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, thanks for carving some time out tonight, and appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fun times. Have fun at your 3 mics. Got 3 coming up this week?
Yeah, I got 3 coming up this week, so looking forward to it.
Trying some new stuff or no?
Yeah, I'm So, as you know, I have a lot of jokes in a lot of different areas. I'm doing a couple things. I'm kind of like, I really like how Mark Norman does stuff where he'll say a joke and he'll have like 2 or 3 tags on a joke, but then he'll just have like 3 or 4 jokes in that same genre cluster. And it'll almost, that whole thing will be a bit kind of. So, because I got a lot of like one line type jokes. I've got some story jokes, but I'm working on clustering my jokes and making more. Yeah, I guess just so I'm not taking people on a wild goose chase during my entire set, you know? Like we're not talking about me peeing in a bottle, then we're talking about, you know, my family, and then go here,
Right.
go
Like, where's
here.
the flow? Where's the coherence? Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Good.
yeah. How
Well,
about you? When's your next one?
Sunday. Yeah. So that's it's for a church event right after a dinner and a worship service. So I'll go up and do comedy. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah.
So it should be heavily attended then, I would guess, if
I think so.
they got
Yeah.
dinner.
My wife bought a hat today to wear to this church event. It's like a ball cap, baseball cap kind of hat to wear to this event Sunday. Because obviously we go to church together. But the hat says, "Sorry about my husband."
Oh my goodness.
I think that is going to get more laughs and comments than probably my comedy. So, yeah.
You could also like put that in your intro too. Like my wife's so proud of me. She's got if you're trying to look for her, she's got a hat right now that says I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was wondering, should I try to work that in? If anybody seen my wife, she's the lady around here with the "Sorry about my husband" hat.
Yeah.
The hat that says "Sorry about my husband," something like that. So we'll see how it goes, dude. This is funny, bro. So we walked into church this past Sunday morning. Literally, like we're walking up the steps into the church, and my wife goes, "Oh, you're on the screen." It's like one of those big, like huge screens. I didn't see it initially. She's like, "I just saw your face on the screen." So we walk in and we're at this little greeting table where they have like the bulletin, and then they have these like things that look like bookmarks, but they're like little flyers.
Mm-hmm.
And so we pick one up. She turns it over, and boom, there's my face, and it's a whole it's like my bio and my face. And then I saw the screen, which was kind of funny. So then we go to this class, like a Sunday school class, and I was like dozen or so people in there. We're just sitting around talking. We're just meeting these people, and they have a screen in that room that's cycling through the announcements.
Good.
And my face keeps popping up on it, dude. I'm like looking at it. My face keeps popping on it, like on there, like once every minute. And so they go around the room. Everybody introduces herself, and then somebody was like, "I'm so excited about next Sunday's picnic. We're gonna have a comedian there." And I'm like sitting sitting there listening to this. I'm not saying anything because I want to hear if they're like looking forward to the comedian,
Right.
or not, right? But thankfully they were looking forward to the comedian. And then my wife eventually goes, "Yeah, the comedian's him," and points at me. And then like that became the whole, talking about that for the next 15 minutes. But yeah, I wasn't trying to say anything. I just thought, there's my face. It kept cycling through. Once my wife announced it, people were like pulling out their bookmarks and looking, and then they noticed my face on the screen. So it's kind of funny, dude. But it was fun to see the church, being excited about it. So yeah.
What was the service about, or the class about?
So this class is just it's fellowship is what they call it. Basically, it's not even a class to study something. It's just like parents hanging out, talking, catching up, and getting to know each other. Basically, just try to build community.
You're like, "Hey, I'm in a comedy show coming up."
Yeah, right.
So like, did they think that was cool once they found out like you were in that class? Yeah. Like, "Oh, no way."
Yeah, they were fun. They had a great attitude about it. It adds a little bit of pressure to, right? Like people know you and people meet you, and that adds a little bit of pressure. But at the same time, it's like we've talked about this a bunch. Like for me, my comedy is like I want people to like it, but I don't care if they do. I just care if I like it, and if they like it, that's a bonus and very cool. but you can't please everybody, and there are some people like who my humor just will not be their thing, and I'm totally
What
fine with that.
what if okay, so what if you were doing comedy? This isn't the case, but only 3% of whoever you like, 3% of your crowd all the time liked it, but the rest did not like it. Like, I feel like that's easy to say because you're a good comic, so then people do like it also. So then you can say, well, I don't care. But if you were bombing every single show and you'd be like, well, at least I love it, like that would still be tough mentally,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know that people do like it because they laugh, but I can't base the jokes I write on what I think somebody might or might not like. I
Mm.
have to base the jokes I write on, do I like that and think it's funny?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And if I'm trying to write jokes based on what I think people will like, it's always going to be a dead end. And you can't please everybody. So you're going to be perpetually frustrated. So the easiest solution is to write what I like. And that also helps me avoid burnout.
Mm-hmm.
I keep writing what I like.
Yeah.
And I just happen to think that there are enough other people out there in the world that will like it too, that it'll work.
Yeah. And if you have a sense of humor, you'll end up probably matching more with people that'll think it's funny.
Right. And I think if you just do basic joke structure and you actually write a joke,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably going to get laughs. The stuff that tends not to get laugh is the shock crap we talked about earlier
Mm-hmm.
in the episode. As we've talked about numerous times before, people just bringing what are like funny premises, they aren't
Mm-hmm.
actually jokes, or something cute, or giggle worthy, but doesn't have a structure,
Yeah. Or jokes that are too convoluted and there's too big of a jump. So the jump,
Right.
but the crowd doesn't know the jump. Kind of.
Right.
Those
Yeah, that's right.
seem to go over bad.
So, let's see, and I'm the kind of guy, dude, if I got up and it was just a terrible show and I was getting paid for it, I probably would not take the money.
Mm.
It's like, I don't know that for 100% sure. Depends on the situation. And if people are willing to book you after you show them a tape, like bookers are typically pretty good at like picking out comedians, not always, but if people are willing to book you and pay you, then they probably see something there. So that's kind of like an affirmation as well. But not every booker is going to like it. I've had one booker at least tell me, no, I will not book you for any of my shows. So fine, my comedy doesn't work, you don't like it, doesn't fit what you're doing, I'll find another place to take it.
Was that based on your comedy?
That was not. That was based on me being a Christian. Yeah.
Okay.
So stupid.
I feel,
It was not
I
based
feel like
on the
that's
jokes
like
at all.
somewhat illegal, but all right.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely a violating of your rights, not discriminating based on race, religion, or sex, those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely discrimination. So, well, all right, man. Good chatting with you. Good seeing you. And for everybody else out there watching or listening, thanks for hanging in there. This is a little bit of a long episode. We appreciate it. Commenting on the posts, share your ideas, share these posts as well. Go check out brandocomedy.com after you do that. michaelhalcomb.live. Follow us on social, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. We'd appreciate that. And if you're in our neck of the woods, go check out some of our shows. And yeah, we're going to stop there, friends, and say we hope that helps.
It's the Pro Life Podcast.
It's pro-life, pro-life, a movement and a podcast. It's pro-life, pro-life.